The following is based on various Reddit threads and comments about the Paris Major.
Do any of you think holding the RMR sticker capsules is worth it?
RMR stickers are gross. Arguably the worst stickers of CSGO history. Just sell if you have it and get yourself some Stockholm capsules. There's literally 100 of them and no demand worth nothing.
There seems no chance for RMR. Maybe I should watch some of my favorite clickbait YouTubers. Aw, thank God Walter CSGO with a full investment guide before release. Beautiful.
This major is going to be massively overinvested.
I think I have to agree with Arthur here, sorry Walter. We know so much right now before the stickers even released, so I think now is the time to come to conclusions. Paris Major stickers going to be the most overinvested stickers ever? I'm going to keep this post short. Many people buy lots of RMR stickers. Many people lose lots of money because there is no scarcity. There's 0 point to investing medium or long term into the Paris Major.
The RMR was a terrible point in CSGO investing and destroyed confidence in sticker investing. With the Paris Major on the horizon, and CSGO currently receiving unprecedented hype from the upcoming release of Source 2, is it possible that these factors could create an environment which allows an RMR type situation to occur again? To answer this, we have to find the key factors which set RMR apart from the previous majors. Now, if you're interested in more specific details on the RMR and its stickers, I've already created a video, so I'll link that below if you're interested. However, in this video, I just want to give a brief explanation just for context for those who don't know. Now, in CSGO investing, it's pretty much impossible to lose money currently. That's because at the end of the day, what counts is if CSGO is increasing in player numbers or at least maintaining. The only times we've really seen major drops in CSGO prices is when the market has become a bit more unstable and player numbers have begun to drop. For example, in 2018 when they removed OP skins and the trade hold and all that, that really negatively affected the market overall. So really, the goal of CSGO investing is pretty much to make hay while the sun shines. Make as much money as you can while it lasts before CSGO starts dying. How this relates to RMR is, to lose money in the CSGO market, you really have to go out of your way to do it, or it's just really difficult to do. So when a whole major, pretty much, it wasn't a major, but you get what I'm saying. When RMR failed, it was major occurrence in the community because you pretty much barely lose money in CSGO, and it was terrible because the price decreased like, I don't know, at least half for a good portion of time.
Look at this. I bought those at like 5x of what they're worth right now. I lost all my money on RMRs. All of my money.
And it was pretty much meant to be not even recovering. Like, it probably would have eventually recovered because that's CSGO, you know, you always end up making money if you hold something long enough. But then CS2 went and bailed it out. Now, the main causations of RMR's failure, the big one was overinvestment. There was a very large overinvestment, and that was because the stickers were on sale for so long. And before that, there'd pretty much been extremely like a shortage in sticker supply because there hadn't been a major release in ages, so there was high demand as well. And what this created is a very confident player base which all invested into RMR, which led to the prices falling because the supply was so high. So back to the topic at hand, is the Paris Major going to be like RMR? And to be honest, after thinking about it, I would say probably not. Simply because at the moment there's currently too many things going for the Paris Major. Firstly, there's going to be no other majors for a while because this is the last CSGO major. They're going to have to do some work on CS2, and then a bit later then the CS2 major will happen, so it'll give them some more demand than usual stickers. In addition, after Paris, CS2 will be released, which will no doubt increase the player base dramatically, which will put even more additional demand on Paris. Now, you may be wondering, if it's not RMR, then what was the point of this video? And although I don't think that Paris is going to be like RMR, what I do think it potentially could be like is like the equivalent to Berlin, the precursor to RMR. Now, why this comparison is important is we can now use Berlin as kind of a reference when discussing the Paris Major stickers. We don't know what they look like yet, but I don't think it'll matter because ultimately, when looking on paper, there is so many similarities between Berlin and the Paris major. Firstly, there's going to be no major after the release of Paris. Likewise to Berlin, which allowed Berlin to succeed. Initially, there was so many investors into Berlin that it was pretty much set to fail. However, due to this gap in between majors caused by the coronavirus pandemic, this allowed Berlin to succeed. Also, as previously mentioned, after the Paris major, there will probably be a large spike in the player base due to CS2's release. This will create an increase in demand for Paris stickers. This is similar to Berlin because Berlin benefited from the COVID pandemic, which increased the players dramatically, which of us helped Berlin to succeed as an investment. Now, another thing which puts Paris a bit closer to Berlin rather than RMR is when you take into account RMR didn't actually have a major connected to it, whereas Berlin and Paris do. Now, how this likely played against RMR is that since no major was occurring, this likely decreased the interest in the pro scene. What this did is decrease interest and demand in pro stickers and autographs, which ultimately played against RMR, whereas Berlin and Paris did have a major, which played in their favor for the short to mid-term. Now, an interesting thing to note about this is, this could set the following major after Paris to be an RMR situation. Now, obviously, this is like saying, oh yeah, this sticker's going to be the next Cato 14. It's very unlikely. However, it is possible, and I think there is a possibility that it could happen. Now, ultimately, to decide whether we want to invest into Paris, we'll have to later see how the stickers look, as well as how much they're getting purchased and invested into. Now, if you want to find data to compare the majors for yourself and be prepared for when the Paris major rolls around, a great place to look is the CSGO market forum. This isn't an advertisement or anything, I just think it's a really great place to find information. For example, this graph which shows the market listings, it's just a really great place to get unbiased data to help you if you're investing. Now, ultimately, with me comparing Paris to Berlin, is this a positive or a negative thing? I think overall it'll be positive. Firstly, because we have the circumstances similar to Berlin. However, Berlin, it's undeniable, it looked like trash. So really, it just has to beat Berlin in that aspect, and it'll already be above it by a significant margin. And if the sales aren't incredibly high, like over RMR, I think Paris could be a profitable major. There will be a shortage of stickers, and Paris will fill that void because there's going to be no major which will really play in its favor. Now, another thing I'll likely be doing around this time is when the Paris major hits, it's quite likely that other sticker capsules from previous majors and stickers will decrease in value, so that will also likely be a decent time to buy. Rio, Stockholm, Antwerp, all those, it'll probably be a good time to invest in if you're interested in that. In conclusion, I just wanted to put my thoughts out there of what I think the Paris major is going to be like. If you disagree, tell me in the comments. I respond to pretty much every comment to the best of my ability. And really, the more knowledge you gain about Paris, the more it's going to benefit you. So I'd appreciate it if any of you could do that. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, all that stuff, I'd really appreciate it. That's all from me, guys. Cheers. See you in the next one.